All set. Okay, it's 7 PM, March 15th, 2022 in City Hall, 140 Main Street, Torrington, Connecticut. Time to call the City of Torrington Inland Wetlands Commission to order. Serving on the commission this evening are members William Storty, Thomas Kalinowski, Alexis Sapruzzi, myself, Jay Bate. Also present is Jeremy Leifert, Inland Wetlands Enforcement Officer and City Planner. Okay. Next is minutes for approval for the 2/8/22 minutes.
I move we approve them.
Motion, I have a second? A second. All in favor?
Abstain.
One abstention?
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
No one can hear
You
you.
gotta speak up a little.
Join in the fun.
Yeah. Okay, next is old business. Show cause hearing, property owner Ron Raymond, address Felicity Lane, assessor map 101, block 011, lot 008. Violation, grading and material processing within a regulated area without permits, discussion. No site plans available yet.
They are not. So this, I did get confirmation that the site plan is still being worked on, but the issue is that he's gone back to storing materials on the property in violation of the order that we sent him, the specific terms of the order that we sent him. So I actually sent this to Corporation Counsel. I have to follow up with him to see what he's done, if anything, yet. So usually he starts with a notice and we get a response, but considering nobody's come in, he might not have sent that yet.
Okay.
I'll follow up with him.
Okay, sounds good. Next applicant, Amy A. Samuelson, AIA, the Slam Collaborative, location 50 Major Best Drive and 277 Winthrop Street. Activity, earthwork and construction is required for the revised site redevelopment, including grading, drainage, utilities, and placement of hardscape, bituminous asphalt, curbing, sidewalks, etc., and landscaping for new high and middle schools and central office.
So I think we went through the presentation pretty completely last meeting. I do have a memo to read if you want me to read it in the record.
Sure.
Might take me a little bit, but
Yeah.
all right. Let me get ready here. Okay, March 15th, 2022, application WC 220201, the Slam Collaborative applicant on behalf of the City of Torrington, owner 50 Major Bessie Drive and 277 Winthrop Street, map 123, block 007, lot, I know I have the lot wrong there, and map 124, block 005, lot 001. Application for site work and construction related to the demolition and construction of a new Torrington High School and Middle School and regulated upland review areas. The proposed activities in this application are excavation, filling, and grading for stormwater infrastructure and parking lot improvements related to the new high school construction and site work. All work on site is proposed in the upland review area. No direct work, including new stormwater infrastructure, is proposed directly within wetlands or watercourses on site. The City of Torrington Inland Wetlands Commission, based on oral and written testimony from the applicant and city staff regarding the above reference application at the March 15th, 2022 meeting, must 1, review and consider all information submitted for the application, including comments from the city engineer, and determine if granting of a permit to conduct regulated activities is warranted based on the criteria in section 10 of the regulations, considerations for decision. I'll just skip over the record.
That's fine.
Yeah, so I just list the record documents that are in the file. And then in reviewing the above inland wetlands applications, plans, documents, and testimony presented to the commission at the February 8th and March 15th, 2022 commission meetings, it's my opinion that 1, the proposed activity is within the regulated upland review areas within 100 feet of watercourses and or within 75 feet of surveyed wetland soils on the subject property. establishing jurisdiction for a permit application to the commission to conduct regulated activities. 2, the commission determined that no public hearing is necessary for this application by determining the proposed activities in the application will not have a significant impact on wetlands or watercourses and does not meet other criteria established in section 9.1 of the regulations. 3, the commission is not required to consider feasible and prudent alternatives to the proposed activities as proposed, since the project has not been determined to be a significant activity. 4, using the criteria in section 10 of the City of Torrington Inland Wetlands and Watercourses Regulations as the standard for review. The activity is proposed in such a way that there are minimal to no adverse impacts to the character or function of the subject wetlands or nearby wetlands and watercourses on the property, and the project will not result in long-term impacts or loss to wetlands resources on the property. 5, the proposed activity is consistent with the historic use of the property as a school and associated property uses. I recommend that the permit application be approved with the following conditions. 1, if the authorized activity is not completed within 5 years from the initial issuance date of March 15th, 2022, said activity will cease, and if not previously revoked or specifically renewed or extended, this permit shall be null and void. Any request to renew or extend the expiration date of a permit should, sorry, I see Christine's here. Any request to renew or extend the expiration date of a permit should be filed in accordance with the inland wetlands regulations of the City of Torrington. Expired permits may not be renewed, and the Inland Wetlands Commission may require a new application for regulated activities. 2, the permittee will notify the Inland Wetlands Officer upon commencement of work and upon its completion. 3, all work and all regulated activities conducted pursuant to this authorization will be consistent with the terms and conditions of this permit. Any structures, excavation, fill, obstructions, encroachments, or regulated activities not specifically identified and authorized herein will constitute a violation of this permit and may result in its modification, suspension, or revocation. 4, the authorization is not transferable without written consent of the Inland Wetlands Commission. 5, in evaluating the application, the Inland Wetlands Commission has relied on information provided by the applicant. If such information is subsequently proved to be false, incomplete, or misleading, the permit may be modified, suspended, or revoked, and the permittee may be subject to any other remedies or penalties provided by law. 6, the permittee will employ the best management practices as outlined in the 2002 Connecticut ENS guidelines, as may be amended, consistent with the terms and conditions of this permit, to control stormwater discharges and to prevent erosion and sedimentation, and to otherwise prevent pollution of the wetlands or watercourses. For information or technical assistance, contact the Wetlands Enforcement Officer. The permittee will immediately inform the commission of any problems involving wetlands or watercourses that have developed in the course of or caused by the authorized work. 7, no equipment or material, including without limitation, fill, clippings, brush, construction material, or debris will be deposited, placed, or stored in any wetland or watercourse on or off-site unless specifically authorized by this permit. Any such activity not authorized by this permit may be just cause for revocation of the permit. 8, this permit is subject to and does not derogate any rights or powers of the City of Torrington, conveys no property rights or exclusive privileges, and is subject to all public and private rights to all applicable federal, state, and local laws. In conducting and maintaining any activities authorized herein, the permittee may not cause pollution, impairment, or destruction of the inland wetlands and watercourses of Torrington. 9, if the activity authorized by the inland wetland permit also involves activity or a project that requires zoning or subdivision approval, special permit, variance, or special exception, no work pursuant to the wetlands permit may begin until such approval is obtained. 10, the permittee will maintain sediment and erosion controls at the site in such an operable condition as to prevent pollution of wetlands and watercourses. Said controls are to be inspected by the permittee for deficiencies at least once a week and immediately after rains. The permittee will correct any such deficiencies within 24 hours of the said deficiency being found. The permittee will maintain such control measures until all areas of disturbed soils at the site are stabilized. Number 11, erosion and sedimentation controls are installed and inspected prior to the start of construction.
After the last presentation, we didn't seem to have too many issues with this. Anyone have any other questions or comments about this plan?
No.
I mean, my opinion is the work's occurring in the upland review area. There's no direct impacts to the wetlands. As we have lined out in a lot of our standard conditions, this is going to be a busy site. So I think the important thing is just monitoring the S&E controls between our staff and the people on site.
Sounds good. Can I have a motion?
Move we approve application Samuel A. Samuelson, AIA, the Slam Collaborative, 50 Major Bessie Drive and 277 Winthrop Street. Activity, earthwork, and construction as required for the revised site redevelopment, including grading, drainage, utilities, and placement of hardscape, bituminous, asphalt, curbing, sidewalks, et cetera, and landscaping for new high and middle schools and central offices. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, Christine is on Zoom. She
Was
said
an
aye.
Okay.
Motion carries. And officially Christine joined the meeting.
About 3 minutes ago.
3 minutes. Okay, next is new business. Applicant Leila.
Thank you.
Next, new business applicant Leila Campbell, location 232 Plug Hill Road. Activity expansion of existing highway driveway, installation of additional curb cut along Plug Hill Road and associated infrastructure within regulated area.
Just give me 1 sec so I can hand out the hard copies of these drawings.
Okay.
I think everybody might have gotten one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The package. Yeah.
I guess I don't have to hand them out then.
no,
Okay, let me grab one for me then. Ready if you guys are.
Yep. Go ahead.
You guys go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. For the record, my name is Ryan McAvoy. I'm a licensed professional engineer with SLR Consulting, and I'm here on behalf of the applicant, Leila Campo, who is here with us this evening. With your permission, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to share my computer screen so I can display some graphics.
Sure.
Thank you. Okay. So this application before you this evening is for regulated activities associated with a driveway widening at 232 Plug Hill Road. Presently, the applicant owns a number of parcels that total several hundred acres in size. But this application has a pretty narrow focus, and that's associated with the existing driveway that serves the building on present building on Plug Hill Road. This map is a little different in orientation with north facing down. So north is to the bottom of the screen, south is to the top. Route 4 Goshen Road is to the north or down on this sheet, and Plug Hill Road is located on the left or on the east side of the map. And this particular property is a combination of wooded and agricultural lands historically. And the existing driveway that serves the house in the property is a rather long, somewhat serpentine driveway leading towards the existing house up here. And one thing to note in particular about this driveway is that when it enters onto Plug Hill Road, it is located immediately to the south of a pretty abrupt horizontal curve within the roadway itself. And the applicant is looking to expand this driveway and relocate an exit lane on the existing driveway in support of a future goal of establishing a campground catering towards recreational vehicles on the property. That is not necessarily the subject of this application today, but that is the future intent of Ms. Campo. In terms of the grades of the property, they're rather steep, approaching 10 to 15% grades along the current driveway. And then the property levels off as you get closer to the house itself. And wetlands were flagged and identified by Matt Sanford of our office in this year. And in the vicinity of the driveway, we do have a pasture wetland located to the south of the driveway and to the north of the driveway. So the driveway kind of cuts through a regulated area with a crossing of an intermittent stream course located along a roadside ditch along Klug Hill Road. So the wetlands are found on either side of the driveway and at the driveway crossing today. And what we're looking to do as part of this application is to widen the driveway, and what you see through here, all the regulated activities associated with the widening of the driveway to a 22-foot wide, 22-foot total width. And then as you approach Klug Hill Road, what we're looking to do is to segregate the entrance and exit lanes to allow for the entrance drive to remain more or less in the same configuration as the current driveway. And the exit lane would separate heading to the south with a new crossing of the intermittent water course, the 24-inch RCP. And this exit lane only is placed in a location that one, minimizes any wetland impact along the sides of the new driveway exit lane, but also greatly improves the sight lines as you exit the property from what exists today. So today, not that this is necessarily a wetland related issue, but today, exiting the driveway, you can see approximately 260 to 280 feet looking to the north around the curve. And this driveway location or exit lane location would greatly improve that condition to 360 feet. So it certainly would be a safer driveway exit for this property than what exists today, and would certainly be appropriate for the future considerations of the applicant for recreational vehicles and really for any vehicles leaving the site to have an improved sightline condition. In terms of drainage patterns, all the existing cross culverts, which are shown here in orange, are going to be maintained as part of this, and roadside stone line swales are going to be maintained alongside the driveway. And any impervious areas in the proximity of the watercourse near the road are going to be collected and conveyed to a small water quality basin, which is sized to handle the water quality volume associated with the proposed improvements from the driveway, and designed and sized in accordance with the 2004 DEEP Water Quality Manual. We do have a sediment erosion control plan that depicts where silt fence, construction entrances, hay bale reinforced silt fence will all be located in support of the construction of this driveway. And we also include in our packet the hydraulic calculations associated with the, I'm going to zoom in here, associated with the new driveway crossing, which we analyzed for the 25 and 50-year storm. And we're proposing a 24-inch RCP with a riprap scour hole, riprap splash pad discharge at the discharge of the pipe itself. So the total area of direct wetland impact is limited to the roadside swale, which does function as an intermittent watercourse, and that totals 755 square feet of impact. Now, the plans we had submitted originally in support of this application were depicting wetlands graphically in the vicinity of the roadside swale. And these updated plans that we emailed staff yesterday, which you may not have in paper in front of you, showed a much wider wetland crossing. But the updated plans that we emailed and this plan in front of you has the actual delineated and flagged locations of the wetlands along this roadside ditch, which is somewhere in the range of 3 to 5 feet in width. So we have a total of 755 square feet of direct wetland impact and approximately 43,000 square feet of impact associated with the driveway widening. Again, because the driveway today is kind of sandwiched in between pasture wetlands located to the north and located to the south. So any modifications we make to this driveway as we head up towards the existing house would be in your regulated upland review area. So that is our application in a nutshell. Driveway widening, exit lane relocation, and associated drainage impacts, drainage analysis of the new driveway crossing itself. We did submit with our application, again, electronically, not in paper yet, but a wetland report and wetland impact assessment prepared by Matt Sanford of our office, where in his impact assessment, he concludes that the roadside swale, roadside ditch has a primary function of stormwater transport, and the fact that we're maintaining that with the cross culvert doesn't result in any significant impact on the functions of the wetlands itself. So we hope that you can consider these driveway improvements for the safety of vehicles exiting this property. We did look at alternatives to this crossing, and while it's not exactly shown in this plan, as you head to the south on the property, this wetland continues almost completely throughout the entirety of the property. So our location where we're proposing the widening, where the driveway is currently, and where the new exit lane is proposed, has the least potential impact on wetlands, as opposed to relocating this driveway somewhere through a much larger expanse of existing wetland areas. So with that, I'd be happy to open it up to any questions that you or staff may have regarding our proposed activities.
How much wider are you making the road than it is now?
About 10 feet wider. And that will allow for 22 foot in total width, safely to allow 2 vehicles entering and exiting alongside each other.
Is it going to be paved?
Yes,
What is it now? Is it asphalt
paved.
now?
it is paved today. Yeah.
Okay.
Jeremy, did we get any comments back from the city engineer?
Yeah, so Paul said he is gonna continue doing, continue reviewing, but he doesn't have any problems as of right now. What he's seen so far.
And we did have discussions with city engineer before we made our application about the driveway configuration. And we believe we met the intent of what he was suggesting with both our drainage analysis and with our the configuration that we show. And his primary concern, well, not primary concern, but one of his concerns was we were originally considering abandoning the driveway crossing at this location and having the full 22-foot wide driveway coming out to the south. He thought it was appropriate to leave the current driveway as an entrance drive for vehicles and have the new crossing for exit only, to separate the entrance and exit somewhat, to make it easier for larger vehicles when they do come in, that they don't have any turning conflicts, and have to, as a result, have to wait on Clug Hill Road to turn into the site. So this alleviates that concern. And as I mentioned earlier, that there will be subsequent plans prepared in support of the actual camp itself when those are ready. Right now, our hope is that as we've delineated wetlands throughout the remainder of the site, that this driveway widening would be the only activity we have in the upland review area, although I can't be certain that's the case. This is certainly our first step in the process.
Okay. You have any concerns, Jeremy?
So no, I think I sent this later in the day today, but but I went through, I usually don't read these fully into the, to the record, but I went
No,
through all of my, we have 7 bullet points right out of our regulations to consider for significant activity. Although we do have the direct wetland impacts with the crossing. My opinion anyway, I guess to summarize, is they're not a significant issue, activity or issue that may, long-term damage any wetlands.
We're just accepting. So
We're just accepting and determining this significant activity.
Can I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to accept applicant Leo Campo, location 232 Clug Hill Road, activity expansion of existing driveway, installation of additional curb cut along Clug Hill Road and associated infrastructure within regulated area, and declare it is not a substantial activity, significant activity, sorry.
Make sure we get that right.
Second.
I have a motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Christine?
Aye.
Okay, motion carries.
That was all in one motion, right? The
Yep.
accepting and, okay.
Yep.
Bill
Bill
seconded.
second.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you very much. Will there be anything else this evening?
So you did say you did send the revised plans over, or are you still?
We sent them electronically yesterday. We'll be submitting paper copies tomorrow.
Okay, just check. I didn't see anything in my email, so just make sure they got sent to me. Maybe
Okay,
they
yeah.
went to Paul and I didn't see them, but just double check.
Yeah, they were sent by Austin Dowd of our office on the end of the day yesterday. So it would have been after hours when he sent them. So, but either way, I'll make sure you get paper copies and electronic files as well.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, thanks.
Good night.
Night.
Thanks.
night.
Good night.
Okay, next is the staff report, enforcement report update.
So there wasn't any real with the way our staffing is working at the moment, there wasn't any updates from last month, so I didn't print out a new list. With the exception of giving that file over for the show cause over to Corporation Counsel. So
And next, the agent determinations.
I didn't bring that with me, did I?
Let me take a look at mine.
Oh, no, I didn't bring the file with me
Oh.
for the agent determination. But 100 Franklin Drive, the old Nidec property there, they're demolishing the slab of the old building, but they have to do some remediation first. If you follow the 100-foot line from the river, it basically scrapes like the first 10 feet of the slab.
Mhm.
So they're going to be doing some soil remediation that's in the regulated area. It's a pretty small area, but then the whole slab's coming out. So
Okay.
that whole strip of the site kind of in that review area is going to be disturbed, but they have that whole that old retaining wall that runs along. So it's kind of like a natural,
Barrier.
SD control for the river. So
There is a retaining wall.
all the way along the whole,
Are they leaving that in place or?
not sure long-term, but
Okay.
right now, yeah, and it's about waist high, so it's sort of like a natural barrier, or not natural, but it's a in-place
Man-made
barrier,
natural barrier, yeah.
man-made barrier that's not moving at the moment, so.
Okay, I guess that's it. Next is adjournment.
I move we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion carries.
Thank you, everybody.
You have to turn your mic up.
I get nervous. I don't know what I'm doing.